Hi, I'm Grace Howard. I'm 19 years old and I'm the Kids Adventure Program Director for the Overland Expo. I've been teaching at the Expo for 9 years and am a environmental science and Spanish major at Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff. I've been camping since I was 3 months old and I've taken trips to Japan. I spent 7 weeks traveling around Central America with my parents, and when I was 16 my mom decided that I needed some extra practice behind the wheel, and so she had me drive her to Alaska in our 2016 Nissan Versa. We took the Versa because our Land Rover decided 3 days before we left that it didn't want to go, and we didn't want to squander the opportunity of our trip, so we packed everything up into our Versa and we left. It was a good decision. We had a lot of fun on the trip. We didn't get to go to as many places off on dirt roads, but we actually got to go to more places overall because we weren't spending money on gas and we were able to travel a little faster in the Versa. I'm a very strong believer that the best overlanding vehicle is the one you already own, and even if I had the money, even if I had spent a lot of money on my car, I wouldn't have the money to travel, so I'd rather spend less money on my car and be able to travel places. But this is my $500 overland vehicle. It is a 1995 Land Rover Discovery Series 1. We bought it for $500 and it overheated twice on the way home. We figured it was probably the head gaskets, we were right. So we spent about $400 and a couple months work for me and my mom and replaced the head gaskets. The tires on the car were not in good shape, but my mom had a set of tires that had been on her car and she had upgraded, but the tires were still good and in good shape, so she offered to give them to me, but I had to put a lift on the car if I wanted to use the tires because they were bigger. So I was able to find a lift kit on sale for $300 and I put them on the car, which is cheaper than buying a set of street tires for this car. The heater core had been bypassed when we bought the car, and because the car is in southern Arizona and you don't need heat here, nobody had bothered to fix it. But since I was living in Flagstaff for school, I needed heat. So over Thanksgiving break, I forced my parents to help me take apart the dashboard and replace the heater core and the AC. About 6 months into driving the car, the power steering went out. I waited another 6 months before I was able to find the time to fix the power steering and spent about $300 replacing the power steering box and the power steering pump. The Junkyard is a great place to find accessories for your car. All 4 of my seats have been replaced with leather seats. The front 2 were $28 each from the Junkyard, and the back 2 were donor ones I got for free from a Range Rover Classic. I was also able to pull a rear ladder for $10 and a rear step for $25 off of a Junkyard Disco. I was fortunate enough that my car came with a roof rack and bull bar, but I got pulled front lights out of a Junkyard. Of course, the car's not perfect. The front window doesn't roll down all the way, the back windows don't roll down at all, the windshield wipers don't squirt fluid, the cruise control doesn't work, and right now it is misfiring when it's super hot. It only does that when it's over 100 degrees. So that's not a big issue in Flagstaff, but in Tucson where I'm living for the summer, it is a big issue. But now I'll head over to the back of the car and show you my stuff back there. And now I'm going to set up for tea. It's always time for a good cup of tea. The system I use for my car is really useful boxes. They're really nice because they're modular. This pink one here is not modular with these ones. It's modular with other ones. It was for a system in one of my parents' cars that they didn't end up using. So I took it because it's a free box, and they're very nice because they have a lot of uses other than just boxes. You can use them as a table, you can use them as a chair, nightstand. You can stand on them and use them as a step stool. So you can stand on them, which is really convenient. I like all the different colors because I can tell what's in what bin without having to dig through the different bins. So I can say, oh, I need the yellow bin. I need stuff out of the yellow bin. I also like the clear for some things because then I can see what's inside of it. But I can also like the solid for other things because then I can't see what's inside of it, like my clothing. Don't really want to display that to everyone, what's inside my clothing bin. This is my junk bin. Junk bin is basically just all of the catch-all of everything. I keep some nicer stuff in there, and I keep some, of the random stuff, glasses case, headlight, random things that I need in here. I have my yellow bin is recovery equipment and spare parts for my car. My black bin is my tool bin. That one's really nice, and I really struggled with this before, was being able to take my tools in and out of my car. The box is big enough that I can fit all of my tools in it, but small enough that it's not too heavy for me to lift in and out of the car. Before, I was having all of the stuff that was in both the yellow and the black bin together, and I couldn't pick it up, so I would have to unload the bin before I put it in the car and before I took it out of the car. My blue bin down here, the small blue bin, is some random blankets and stuff. It'll probably become a food bin in the future, but for right now it's just the blankets. The big blue bin is my clothing bin. I like it because I can't overstuff the bin. It's a defined size for my clothing, and I can't overstuff it. It's been to Central America, so we've had it, and that's the bin I've had the longest. I've had it for 7 years now, and it's still in beautiful condition. And the red bin down below it is a food and snack bin. So, my parents used these bins. They've used them in multiple different cars, and we actually got the idea to use these particular bins at the Overland Expo from Life Remotely. We liked these bins because of the different colors, but also because they're a lot cheaper than some of the other box systems that are on the market. I got these bins for about $150 with shipping for a birthday present, and that's a lot cheaper than a lot of the other systems and much more manageable for a broke college student to be able to afford. A lot of my equipment is hand-me-downs. This water jug used to be my parents'. They've had it for years. It's from Walmart. It's not an expensive water jug. It's a hand-me-down. My kitchen. My entire kitchen is hand-me-downs. The bin, the box that it's in, is actually a toolbox. It was originally built as a toolbox by my great-grandfather, and I've inherited it. It got passed down to me, but then all of the equipment inside of it is also hand-me-down equipment from my parents. The stove that I have used to be my mom's backpacking stove. It's a hand-me-down. We've gotten a lot of stoves at thrift stores too, some really nice stoves at thrift stores. So that's a fun place to get some stoves at least. My tools are hand-me-downs. Those are from my grandfather, and then my dad, and then me. That got passed down to me from them. The cooler is also a hand-me-down. We bought that for our little Nissan Versa for a trip. It's a nice cooler. It's a soft-sided cooler. I don't have the money for a fridge, so I go for a cooler. I like the soft-sided cooler because I'm able to collapse it and store it easily in my dorm room. I also need to be able to have my back seats. A lot of people, including my parents, take out both of their back seats or one of their back seats for a fridge. I can't do that. Well, I don't want to do that because I want to be able to load my car up with my friends and go to the Grand Canyon for the day, or go camping for the weekend, or go hike somewhere cool. It's an important part for me to be able to go places with my friends at school, and so I need my back seats. Another way I've gotten a lot of equipment is through birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, and graduation gifts. My tent here was a Christmas gift 3 years ago from my parents. My chair, Christmas gift from my parents 4 years ago, I believe. These bins were a birthday gift from my parents this past year. My awesome Xped sleeping pad was a birthday gift from my parents a few years ago because they wanted me to be warm, so they got me this. My bumper, my swing away bumper here, was a birthday and Christmas and everything gift from my aunt and uncle. My uncle loves to make bumpers. He helped with the bumper for my parents' car. He's made several bumpers for his own cars, and he offered to make this bumper for me. And I went up there and I got to help him a little bit, and that was a really cool experience. I also got, as a graduation gift, a GPS from my grandparents. They saw it on my wish list, and they were like, she's crazy, she needs a GPS. Her phone won't cut it, she needs a GPS. We're gonna buy this for her. So that's one of the ways. Another thing is if you frame your gifts as safety equipment, one of my favorite ways to make a little money go a long way is raffles. I have won these roto packs, a gas one and a water one, a winch, and a diff guard, all at an Arizona Land Rover Owners Club raffles. And I only spent about $120 on tickets for all of those raffles. These roto packs alone are more than that money. I also got this sleeping pad at a ladies' night raffle at Overland Expo. It's a Big Agnes warm winter sleeping pad, which is nice. As well as we got a radio one year at the Conserventures Change Your World Fund raffle at Overland Expo. It wasn't a radio that we use, so we sold it, and we bought me a new radio. That's a ham radio that I can use and do know how to use. That's one of the things we've done for many years with raffles, is if we get something that we don't like or don't need, we'll sell it and use the money to buy something we do need, which is a good thing. Another great place is REI garage sales, as well as a lot of local outdoor shops have sidewalk sales where it's their seconds, blemished items, and returns. I got this mattress pad 6 years ago at an REI garage sale. It's been working great. It's my summer mattress pad. You have to be careful with buying mattress pads at these events, but a lot of times they'll have on the tag why the item was returned. If the mattress pad says, oh, it was uncomfortable, blow it up in the store, make sure there's no obvious big hole in it, and we got this for $20 at the REI garage sale, and this is like a $100 mattress pad. My dad, in the 90s, before he met my mom, got a Sierra Designs tent from an REI garage sale. And we still have it. It still works great. The zipper broke a few years ago, and we talked to Sierra Designs and asked about getting them to redo the zipper, and they were like, send it in, we'll redo it for free. And it's been 26 years since my dad bought the tent. So those are really fantastic places to get that. I get a lot of shoes there, sandals. I bought a ton of sandals there. I bought a lot of clothes there. This shirt itself I got from a Columbia outlet, so a lot of outlet stores for outdoor places are good places to get like clothing and such. And now it all goes back in the car. The replacement cost for all of the equipment in my car is about $2,000. But I think if I needed to, I could kit out the car for under $1,000, perusing REI garage sales, thrift stores, and getting lower end equipment. Although I prefer to sleep in a tent, I have created a system so I can sleep inside my car. I haven't quite figured out a curtain system for my car yet, so in the meantime, I get to use an eye mask. Good night!